If you find yourself shopping on eBay for credit on various gaming platforms such as Steam, PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, then you probably have come across one of the largest sellers of such codes, GameZone. I recently purchased a Steam code from them and had a bit of a rocky experience that I've decided to share with whomever may find this useful. Before I get into it though, I will clarify that I received the code I paid for and it worked fine, no complaints there. But the steps I had to take to get an item I'd paid for, an item that promised instant delivery, was pretty ridiculous and far from instant. I would have never considered making a video about this. I would have been quite happy simply leaving negative feedback explaining as much as I could in the 80 characters allowed and that being the end of it. However, a few hours after I'd left my negative feedback, I checked to see if they had responded to it only to find my feedback removed. I quickly read over eBay's policy on feedback removal, and as far as I'm concerned, I didn't meet any of the criteria for my feedback to be removed. So here you have it. This video that can hopefully prepare any potential purchasers as to what to expect. I completed the purchase at around 3:30 on a Saturday and waited for their promised message with instructions on how to find my code. Time passed with nothing received from them. After 30 minutes I sent them a message inquiring about the delay. It wasn't until 4:46 that I got a reply. So much for that instant delivery 24/7. They informed me that they need to do some sort of additional verification. I have a perfectly reputable eBay profile along with a verified address on PayPal, so I don't know what more they need. But anyway, they requested a landline phone number. I don't have a landline phone, I only have mobile. I replied telling them this 2 minutes later. It took another 90 minutes to get a reply. They now wanted me to show a driver's license or similar with a written timestamp of the date and my eBay username. I'm very careful about sharing too much identifying information with random, potentially shady companies online, so I considered just requesting a refund at this point. But I gave them what they asked for, carefully blocking out every last piece of information they didn't need. I replied within 15 minutes. I heard nothing for nearly 2 days, until eventually, at 2:35 on the Monday, I received a link that would finally give me my Steam code. I chuckled to myself when the page I was directed to asked for a phone number for another verification. My mobile number was perfectly fine for this for whatever reason. After that, I finally could access the item I'd been promised instant access to almost 2 days earlier. As I've already said, the code worked perfectly and over a month after activating it, nothing bad has happened. So I made this video to let people know what to expect, rather than to tell people to avoid this company. They certainly don't make any of the additional verification known before you part with your money, and the promise of instant delivery is laughable. I hope this helps.